change the flyer?
Yeah, just button.
Okay.
Right, left.
Hello everyone, I'm Doruk. As Arul said, I'm the country leader for dYdX, and I think I'm the only one that against StarWare, so I'm really sorry about that, but I will tell what's the reason of why we are choosing Cosmos. And actually I love layer 2s, I love StarWare, so we can discuss after the presentation. Yeah, so first I'll start with this slide, and I think here everybody loves Vitalik, right? He's a really humble person, he's one of the brightest mind in the space. So yeah, he's the one of the best in the space. So everybody loves Vitalik, but some of the projects, maximalists or alternative layer ones, hate Ethereum, and I can understand that, because they're competing with each other. So probably they are doing right thing with hating Ethereum, but for my personal view, I love Ethereum, and for dYdX, dYdX also loves Ethereum, but we need to compete with centralized exchanges. So if we want to do that, we need to start as soon as possible. That's why actually we are choosing Cosmos, and I will tell first about dYdX at first, and after that what's the reason why we are choosing the Cosmos and why we are not choosing the Starknet. So first, I think we need to talk about dYdX vision, and dYdX and Antonio and the team is always think 10x bigger. We don't have a standard idea, we want to copycat this, we want to copy some protocols, we want to be original, and that because of this we want to think 10x bigger. And I think dYdX is one of the oldest DeFi protocols. Actually on Wednesday we celebrated the 5th birthday of dYdX. So yeah, we are I think one of the oldest DeFi protocols in the space. And the main mission for dYdX is to build the world's leading crypto trading platform. As I said, we are competing with centralized exchange, not the decentralized exchange. We need to be compete with them. For the right now, we have only perps, and we have just launched the simple trading. It's a really basic trading. You can swap your tokens on the dYdX, but we will onboard new features into dYdX too. And I think this is a really great case for NFTs, because in NFT space right now we have 10,000 collections, free mints, and that kind of stuff. But I think we need to have a really utility for NFTs, and with hedges, and this is one of the collection, we did that thing on dYdX. When you have NFT, when you have one hedge, you can have some utilities that you can have commission rate discounts, you can have some special features on dYdX, and yeah, we did the NFT and DeFi integration. And also I think this is some dashboard from mobile app. We have, I think, one of the best DeFi mobile app in the ecosystem. Right now we have only iOS, but I think until the end of year we will launch the Android app too. And yeah, you should try the user experience. Really, it's really great for the future. And first I will tell about history of dYdX. At first in 2017, and I think until the 2020, we are on the actually 2020 we are on the Ethereum. So yeah, when you on the Ethereum, the transaction fees are really high, and you cannot compete with centralized exchange with that much transaction fees, because people need to pay transaction fees for like open positions, cancel positions, like stop loss, take profit, that kind of orders. So yeah, like it doesn't make sense, and that's why we launched the version 2, version 3 for dYdX on StarkEx. And like it doesn't have any transaction fees, but the sequencers are centralized, and our main vision for the future is like fully decentralization of the protocols. So right now we actually, like, as I know, like sequencers won't become decentralized in a short time. So yeah, that's why like we want to compete with these like centralized exchange as soon as possible. That's why we are choosing Cosmos, because with Cosmos we can compete with them. Like because Cosmos have like super SDK and like customizable chain, and like I will tell the details in the next slides. And yeah, like why we are wanting the dYdX v4, like what's the reason of it? First is, like, as I said, like complete decentralization. Like we want to become like fully decentralized. To be like, right now our matching engine and order book are on the off-chain, and like with StarkEx it's not possible to put those things into on-chain. But with Cosmos we can actually with the in-memory order book we can do that. Like I will tell how the structure will be. So yeah, like we need to have a complete decentralization. And also, like we want to be dYdX v4 will be about like community driven, right? Like because in DeFi, in crypto, community is everything, and they need to drive the protocol. So that's why we don't want to have any central party to have the trading fees, and the community should decide like what will we do with the trading fees. Like that's the thing we need to think for dYdX v4. And also, like right now we don't have much like high order capacity for StarkEx. Like it's very limited for us, and like we need to have higher order capacity if we want to compete with centralized exchange. And that's why like we need to have high throughput, like one of the highest throughput, because I think like when we launch v4 we can support 10,000 TPS. So yeah, like we need to have that thing as soon as possible if you want to onboard lots of people onto the decentralized exchange space. And also, like finality is a really important thing. And for the like outcome of the trades, yeah, we need to have the finality, and that's why on v4 we are focusing finality too. And with Cosmos it can be possible the like certain finality. And also, like we want to have other trading products, like Binance has like derivatives, like spot, like I think they have options also now. So yeah, like we will have those things into the dYdX too. Like we want to build a fully complete DEX in the future. So like I think like most of you knows Cosmos, so I think we can go on this slide. But yeah, mainly Cosmos has a really great SDK, by the way, and they are working with their like consensus system is Tendermint proof of stake. So yeah, like I'm not a huge like Cosmos expert, so probably I cannot like answer your questions, but yeah, like this you can read it actually if you want. But let's go on with the next slide. And yeah, like why we are choosing Cosmos, like because there are lots of different alternatives. Like we have Starknet, we have layer 2s, we have different layer 1s, but why we are choosing Cosmos? So as I said, like with Cosmos SDK we can create a like customizable chain. Like we can have our own sovereign blockchain for dYdX, and like we can say that it will be like app-specific chain, and like for dYdX, we need to have that feature for competing with centralized exchange. For the like dYdX token, like we don't have much utility for dYdX token, and like we need to have some utility into the dYdX token. So yeah, like when we launch V4 on the Cosmos, validators need to have dYdX token, and like it's like the details are not certain yet, so I'm not sure what's the minimum amount for becoming the validators. But yeah, like we will have another utility for dYdX token, and also like as I said, like right now our order book and matching engine are on the off-chain, but with Cosmos it will be on-chain, decentralized, and also like we will use the in-memory order book. Like in-memory order book is like that. Like you don't need to put everything inside the consensus. Like you can put like some orders like opposition, long positions, short positions, stop loss, that kind of orders. You can put those in memory, and like after the positions completed, the validators will send the in-memory thing to the consensus. So yeah, and like with this kind of stuff, we won't have any trading fees, and like people easily can open and close positions or cancel positions, that kind of stuff, and also like. As I said, we want to be community-driven protocol. With this structure, token holders have full control for the system. Like right now, our structure is like this. Like we have dYdX trading, which they are like developing some stuff for dYdX, and we have dYdX Foundation. So yeah, like with V4, dYdX trading we won't control the protocol, and like we will give the whole admission to token holders. And also because of the sequencer thing, I put that quote from Antonio, like decentralization of a system is equal to be the decentralization of its least decentralized component. Like you can think it like a chain, like when you have some like not strong parts of chain, like chain will be broken. So yeah, like we need to think about it. So yeah, like why we are not choosing Starknet? Like, by the way, I like Starknet actually, really, but dYdX is not choosing Starknet, so I need to like tell what's the reason. As I said, like main reason is like centralized sequencers. And like they don't become centralized in future, maybe after token launch, like because as you know they will have their own token thanks to Zusu, and right now they don't have enough throughput for running a first class order book and matching engine, and if we want to compete with centralized exchange, we need that feature as soon as possible. We need to have that thing as soon as possible, because like centralized exchanges are like developing themselves like a lot. But if we want to like compete with them, we should start as soon as possible. And with Cosmos, this can be done. And also with Starknet, it's a layer 2, so it's not like you cannot customize the infrastructure. Like when we have Cosmos and when we are using Cosmos SDK, we can customize the whole stuff, like whole validators thing, like even maybe transaction fees and that kind of stuff. So yeah, we need to have customizable infrastructure for becoming the biggest exchange in the world. Yeah, like because we are competing with the centralized exchange. And yeah, for the end game, I think we need to think about the end game, because if DeFi will win the race of like the crypto race, like we need to think about it. And I think for the dYdX is really thinking about this race, like because our mission is not competing with the other DeFi protocols. Like we want to become decentralized Binance. Like that's the thing. Like that's the like if DeFi win, if DeFi wants to win, like it will need to beat Binance and other big centralized exchange. And also like I think Antonio said this thing on bankless, but if like Starknet or other L2s will provide dYdX v4 requirements, like we can go over there, like because at first we are on the Ethereum, after that we are on the StarkX, and now we will launch on Cosmos. So yeah, like if there is a better thing, we are really open-minded team, and we will go over there. Like because the only thing is important, like the only thing that Antonio and the team is focusing on the product, not the technology, not the infrastructure. Like product is everything for centralized exchange. Actually, not centralized, like for all the exchanges. And for the like onboarding 1 billion people into crypto, I think that's another great question for the end game, because like in the end, like we want to build an alternative financial system. And if you want to do that, like we need to onboard those 1 billion people into this space. And also like, I'm not sure how can we onboard those 1 billion, but we have right now like GameFi, Metaverse, NFT, and like that kind of stuff. But in the end, what will be the reason? I'm not sure. And I think maybe we can talk about this after the in lunch maybe. And also like, is Antonio one of the best CEO in the ecosystem? I think yes, because he is like one of the brightest minds in the space, and I think I'm a huge believer of him, like Vitalik, but like Vitalik is, I think, I'm not sure, like what Vitalik is better, of course, come on. And also like Ethereum is inevitable, like this is the case. And also, yeah, thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, I have, yeah, I would like to answer.
Thank you so much for the presentation, Doruk. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a level of decentralization, right? And
Yeah.
I think they're all kind of decentralization and permissionless the apps and protocols. So when you compare yourself with more permissionless decentralized protocols like TracerDAO, where do you see yourself? What is the comparison? Are you planning to be more decentralized and permissionless in the future? Because when we compare the decentralized exchanges, like Uniswap, we can easily see that there's a permissionless structure. And when we look at dYdX, it's not at that level.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Do you have any plan, or like how would you comment on this?
Yeah, actually, like that's the main reason for V4. Like we want to decentralize the whole thing. But I think like with Cosmos, there are for limitations about validators. So like I'm not sure like how many will we have like the validator numbers. So for the decentralization, that's the main reason for V4. And I'm not sure like what's the structure about TracerDAO, but like that's the thing for V4. Yeah, so we are really focusing on decentralization. Yeah.
Yeah, in the TracerDAO, basically you can just create your own tool for your future operations and stuff like that, similarly to Uniswap. So in Uniswap, you just create your own smart contract, and you're creating your own tool, right? So it's basically the same idea with TracerDAO, and you can create your own future and derivative operation tool for that. And I know that dYdX is a great thing, so I just wanted to know, because when you start improving yourself on the permissionless side, then you're having more payers.
Yeah.
More payers is bringing more volume. More volume is good for your free cash flow. That's why I like to know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
True, as a question.
Thank you for the presentation, Doruk. So I have a small question about decentralization as well, but
Yeah.
in a bit of a different context. So are you planning to use ICS for the validator set, or are you going to have a separate validator set?
I think we will have separate validator set, like because we will use dYdX as the nodes, validator nodes. Like you need to have some dYdX token to be validator. So yeah, we will have our own sovereign validators.
Gotcha, thanks.
I have one quick question as well.
Yeah.
Did you consider many other places aside from Cosmos?
Yeah, like, but it's like confidential.
Okay.
I couldn't say. Yeah.
Do you have any more questions from the audience? No. Oh, sorry.
Like actually, I can say one thing. Like, StarWare is the investor of dYdX, so definitely we talk with them, but we chose the Cosmos. Yeah.
Interesting. Got one final question from the back.
Thank you for your presentation. And I request you said that no central particle receive trading fees.
Yeah.
Does it include dYdX Foundation or?
Yeah. Like, because we want to decide that thing, like community should decide that thing. Like, like for trading fees, that right now I think we have a like treasury, and like on that treasury, like dYdX Foundation has its own share, and like dYdX Trading has its own share. But after V4, like community will decide. Like with DAO, we will decide what will be used for it. Like it can be for like dYdX Trading, it can be for like distributing that revenue for dYdX token holders. Like we will see. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Doruk.
Thank you.